My name is Hassan Talib. I'm a retired government servant. I would like to thank Dr. Azizi for informing me of this talk this morning. I believe Dato Dr. Rashila has more or less answered what I'm going to ask. That is, will the presidency control Trump or Trump control the presidency?
It is very interesting when you commented that will the presidency control Trump or will Trump control the presidency? For some of us who study the behavior of organization, yeah, this is what we call, okay, I got to use some jargon here, yeah? This is called constructivism. Now, whether an organization can form a person, quite often the role of a person will change when you are in a particular position. This is something which has been documented, yeah? When you become a leader, chances are very strong that if the organization is strong enough, it can form you. Yeah? And I think to some extent, Trump will find this because of the fact that the government, the presidency, it is a very dynamic organization, and it has a certain tradition that goes with it. If he is going to go against every single tradition there is, way of doing things, seriously, I don't think he will get very far. Yeah. So in that sense, while in the short run he may try to change things, but I think the inertia of the bureaucracy and so on will come into play. And unless you can change all these things, I think it will take more than 4 years to do it. Big organizations, you see these things happen. Yeah, okay?
Yes. I mean, I think we've noted that he's already modified certain of his extreme statements. So I think that tends to bear out what you're saying. Yeah. You know, he's responding to the demands of the position in the way that I think you're envisaging.
Trump, I was reading his campaign promises, and he had like over 280 something campaign promises. Things about one thing is that you have to process what he says. Because on the one hand, he'll say that, referring to the wall, he'll say, Mexico, you'll have to pay for the wall. Okay? And in another campaign promise, the same campaign promise, or number whatever, maybe he'll say, oh, we will build the wall also. We will help build the wall. And people are saying, you know, what kind of a wall is there going to be? And he is, you know, it may not be a literal wall. It could be a figurative wall as well. And it could, you know, he quoted Great Wall of China. Certain parts of the Mexican-US border, you know, you're unable to build a wall. You know, it's already a natural wall there. And again, this exclusionist policy, or inclusionist, whatever however you want to see the word, will hurt America in the long run, I would say. For example, if you look at United Nations, what is the membership of the United Nations? If you still go on with your ban on Muslims, okay? Muslims are all over the world. And are you going to shut down United Nations? I think he would probably like that, you know, just like he wanted to, you know, he's against NATO. So you have to take him, sometimes, you know, the idiom is pinch of salt. But maybe with him it will be like a barrel of salt. On the one hand he says this, and in the same breath he'll say something else. Yes. And he will be perfectly comfortable with it. You know, he is, I don't know him personally, of course, but I'm seeing from all the things that I have done research on about Mr. Trump, he'll say one thing, mean another thing, and then another moment he'll say another thing, and then, you know, which totally obliterates the one that he has just said. Okay. So, if Reagan was called the Teflon president, what would we call Mr. Trump? So, again, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of anxiety, And at the same time, like you say, there will be controls.
Right.
There will be controls. There will be limits on his freedom. I'm a fan of Netflix, okay? I have to say that. And two of the series that I watch are Designated Survivor and House of Cards. And that's Hollywood. But Trump is bringing in Hollywood to the presidency. And so sometimes if things are based on facts, things can also be based on fiction. So there is a interplay of fact and fiction. And we, as the outsider, we can only hope for the best, I would say. I would say I would keep an open mind on Trump's presidency, but at the same time, I'm also anxious about what he will do on Monday. He said he will start working on Monday because Saturday and Sunday will be for all the celebrations of his inauguration. And I don't know who will sing there. Many have pulled out. Yeah, I think there's an 80-year-old singer going to sing. I'm not sure, that was the latest so far. So there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of anxiety.